Hello and welcome to Joy News today. I am Emefa Akosia Adati. We are live from our studios here in Kokomlemle and also live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125 on all of our social media platforms. Now coming up this afternoon, Minority Chief Whip Frank Anot-Dompre questioned by the National Investigations Bureau for his comments allegedly inciting NPP supporters against NDC. We have exclusive details of what we're learning. Also this afternoon, the 2024 audit of the ECG accounts reveal 5.3 billion cedis is under-declared revenue. We have details from the PwC audit report, which also revealed that ECG continues to operate 99 bank accounts across different banks despite IMF conditionalities that it operates a single account. And also a little later, Council of State elections will bring you details. We have these and more in this package. Please stay for details. We appreciate your company always. Now, let's talk about the Council of State elections. In the Upper West region, 67-year-old Upper West Regional Vice Chairman of the governing National Democratic Congress, Michael Kwame Mumuni, has won the contest in the northern region. Former Member of Parliament for Kumbugu, lawyer Mohammed Mumuni, has been elected. He pulled 26 out of the 32 votes cast. And in the western region, 32-year-old gold dealer Maxwell Boache has won the slot with 17 out of 28 votes. Let's get more from our correspondents on ground. Now, this afternoon, let's go to the Bono region and talk to Precious. Precious, what's happening in the Bono region? Precious, if you would unmute, please.
Yeah, it's already muted.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, yes.
Yes, so as I was saying, the exercise started not long ago, just about some 5-6 minutes ago. As at the time of leaving the hall, just about 15 people have gone through the process. We are talking about 24 delegates taking part in this exercise. Now, out of the 10 candidates who put themselves up to be elected to represent the Bono region at the Council of State, one of them, Mr. Akon, decided to pull out. Now, according to him, he has the same vision as one of the candidates, Dr. Boache. So he sees no reason why he should go on with the process. But interestingly, before the exercise could start, there was some heated exchanges at the hall. Now, what is it about? It is just about what process the exercise should go through, whether the Electoral Commission should mention delegates by the district they are representing. And some delegates will not take that kindly. They believe that when that happens or when the EC goes along with such a process, it is easy for the process to be manipulated. And for that reason, they want the names to be mentioned randomly. But the EC stood to its grounds amid heated exchanges to the dismay of the new Bono Regional Minister and all the top brass of the Ghana Police Service are all here. But fortunately, tempest has been calmed down and the exercise has started and it is going on just as the Electoral Commissioner, the regional boss, Mr. Esrifi Young, announced earlier, and the exercise is going on smoothly. We expect the exercise to be over within the next 10 minutes, 24 candidates. It will be counted as soon as possible. Remember, as I said, one of the candidates has pulled out, so it's left with only 9 of them, one of them being a female, hoping to get to the north to represent the Bono region at the Council of State.
Quickly before I let you go, did you inquire from the EC whether or not what they were doing was discretionary powers or they were mandated by law to announce it the way they were doing?
Now, the EC said by convention, every election that they have held, which has blocks or delegates representing constituencies or districts or regions, when the exercise is going on, they mention the district or the region, and the delegates all come and then they go through the process. So that is exactly what they had wanted to do earlier. That was met by a serious objection by some of the delegates. But tempers calmed down, and they have allowed the EC to go on with the process.
Right. Now, thank you so much, Precious. Now, back here in Accra, we understand that there's some chaos that happened at the voting center. My colleague Collins is on standby. Collins, what exactly is happening at the center?
Right, MFA, the chaos ensued immediately after the Minister for Local Governance finished with his address. But before, he had admonished the delegates to be transparent in their dealings and also transparent in their elections so that they can elect a competent person who can provide good advice to the president on policies and on national issues. Right after him, then the chaos ensued, all because one of the aspirants, known as Musa Zaid, he was coming into the polling center at the Accra Metropolitan head office. So he was coming in with his executives, and they prevented him. The police, I must say, the police prevented him from coming in with his executives, because there are specific people that they are allowed to come in. If you don't have accreditation or you are not one of the people that are allowed to come in, you won't be allowed to come in. So when he was coming in with some of the executives that are not allowed to come in. So the police asked them not to enter. So that's where the chaos ensued. But after that, the Greater Accra Regional Minister too, Linda Oklutu, was caught in the chaos. She was in the midst of the chaos. The time that the aspirant was coming in, the Greater Accra Regional Minister too was right in front of in the midst of the chaos. So she had to use the exit door to come into the polling center. That's the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Linda Oklutu, had to use the exit door in a chaos manner, because some people also believe that that's not the required place for her and other people to use that entrance to come into the polling center.
And so what's
it had to take the intervention of some people and also the police for her to come in. So that's what has happened so far.
Well, I don't know if you heard me, but we want to know whether the situation is calm now. Has the voting ended? What's the situation currently?
Right. Yes. So far, the situation is calm now. The police has been able to restore calm. That every place now, there is calm everywhere. She gained access. She came in. Zayed also was allowed to come in. And I must say, Zayed has also delivered a speech and announcing his withdrawal from the race. Initially, we had 13 aspirants who are contesting to represent the Greater Accra on the Council of States. But one of them had initially withdrawn, and currently Zaid has also withdrawn from the race, making 2 people withdrawing from the race. Now left with 11 more people. So calm has been restored. As I'm talking to you, as at 11:50, nobody had voted. As at 11:50, nobody had voted. The delegates started coming after 11:30. So after 11:30, that's where the EC started introducing various district members. Each district has 2 people to vote. Each district has 2 people to vote. So Greater Accra has 29 people, 2 from each to vote there. So far we can say that about
Collins, because the voting hasn't even started yet, we'll come to you when the voting starts already. But from the Greater Accra region, let's go to the Ashanti region, specifically Kumasi, where Nana Yaojima is on standby. There also, I understand, there's been some chaos. Nana, tell me what's happening in Kumasi.
So not long ago, some thugs belonging to one of the political parties in this country invaded the premises where the election was taking place, and these people ransacked the whole place and disrupted the process. At the moment, the process has been put on hold. We do not know if the EC will come back and resume the process, but what we know is that most of the ballot papers that had already been cast has been destroyed. Now, this is how things went down. During the sorting of the ballots, some people were, there was noise that one of the candidates was in the lead, and this was coming from the camp of Yao Obimpe, who happens to be the former Ashanti region chairman of the NDC. His people were making noise all over, but during the vetting, the sorting of the ballots, it was realized that some people who had come in to support the NDC former chairman were aggrieved. They were not happy with the process, even though there was a police barricade preventing people from getting access to where the voting was being sorted. These people overpowered the police personnel who were stationed to ensure that there is calm, there is peace, and also people do not go beyond the boundaries. They overpowered the police and got access to where the EC officials and the others were sorting the ballots. And some of them went straight, picked some of the ballot papers and started destroying them. There were others who attacked the ballot box, which was carrying some ballots, and the others, toppled over the tables and other things, destroying or disrupting the whole activities that took place today at the EC office at the Regional Coordinating Council. So far, things are calm. The police were here to ensure that they stop people who are misbehaving at the premises. So at the moment, we do not know if the process will resume.
Right, and the EC has not addressed this at all? Nanayao, if you can hear me, has the EC addressed whether or not we're still going to be voting, or they're going to be postponing it? Well, I'm sure that Nanaya has brought us that report. We'll get details if there's any, but let's go to the Volta region where Ivy Setoji is reporting from Ho as well. I understand it's also not all calm over there, but Ivy, bring us update. Did I lose Ivy? Let me see if I have Rafiq Salam from the Upper West region to bring us updates from there as well. Okay, Ivy. Thank you.
The election, that's the Council of State election, ended about an hour ago with a lot of, if I should say, chaos, because some of the candidates accused the regional executive of supporting one particular candidate and sort of imposing him on the delegate, according to the candidates, those candidates that spoke to the media. They said yesterday some of them were camped at a particular hotel where they were asked to vote for a particular candidate. And later on, they were met at the residency where they were asked also again to vote for a particular candidate, and other candidates were not allowed to enter. And also this morning when the election started, we were also told that the same thing happened. We spoke to one of the candidates, Dr. David Kofi Waku, who said he was disappointed at the process, that it was not an election, it was just an endorsement by the regional executives and some party wins in the party, and so he's disappointed at the whole process and is calling on the right authorities to do something about the issue. He said despite everything, he will still continue to give help. Meanwhile, 36-year-old Gabriel Tanko Atokle has emerged the winner with 24 votes. He promised to help develop the region.
Right. Thank you, Ivy. Quickly before I let you go, do we have a name that has been pinned against these allegations?
Well, according to Dr. David Kofi Wako, he said he met the regional executives yesterday. He mentioned the chairperson as well as some other executives that he wasn't willing to mention. He also mentioned the regional secretary. Actually, the regional secretary confirmed to us in an interview that yes, the NDC party, the regional executives, the national executives, they all have interest in that particular candidate. That was why they were supporting him, because they know what he can do. So all the executives, all the party wings have that interest in that particular candidate. So actually the regional secretary, that is Drive again, confirmed the allegation.
Right. Thank you so much, Ivy. Away from the Volta region, let's go to the Upper West region. Rafiq Salam will bring us updates. Rafiq, bring us update.
In the Upper West region here, MFA, there were 22 delegates. Out of these 22 delegates, they were to decide the fate of the 11 persons that have really filed for the contest. And so, at the end of the day, the contest ended about 2 hours ago. Michael Kwame Mumuni Believers, he topped with 8 votes. He polled 8 out of the 22 votes that were cast during at the close of polls there. And so, he's 67-year-old vice president chairman of the NDC. He won the day by 8 votes. The man following closely was the 2023 best farmer of the Upper West region, John Adoma. He had 7. So clearly means that he lost by just a whisker, and the other contestants had 3, 2, and then 0 votes. So the atmosphere in the Upper West region is really a peaceful one, unlike the other areas in the country. This was, though there were a lot of police presence in the area, there was a lot of security, but nothing untoward happened. I spoke to some of the contestants. They told me that some of them saw it as free and fair, and others, though, they had some misgivings regarding the delegates, because they say the campaign.
Right. Thank you, Rafiq Salam. We have an update as well from Upper West region.
Now, away. And the public voting for them.
Right. You want to stay with us for up-to-date on the elections that has happened today. By close of day, we'll bring you all the winners and those who have fallen out of the race. Now, away from that, Minority Chief Whip Frank Anodompre has been questioned by the National Investigation Bureau, what you know as the NIB. Joy News text reveals his questioning relates to comments he made while visiting the Ablekuma North constituency to demand results for that outstanding constituency is declared. In his commentary, Frank Anodompre asked the NPP supporters to beat up NDC supporters if they attacked them.
NPP this year, and yes, some way near Babakasa, primary Islamic supporting way, primary Islamic supporting way. So we MPP ni mapa. Now we to say MPP 4, and now say MPP ni any NDC ni ekwa. Boa MPP ni no na yam bu NDC ni no. Can't ya share Christo and Wunyam. If the NDC led by Mahama Yariga will not be reasonable, no matter say Ablekuma, based on all the evidence available, Yewinia. No more margin somebody to trust some, they will continue. They are not going to allow the EC to collect. Asunjia di asunjia mu nyabi wa parliament obiem. Bibia chrese Ablekuma North ye win election no. Na ye pese ye hye mo bo se ye ngja mu muda. Anopa ewia ahemachi, everything and anything permissible by law. Ye free her. The next attack, you call IGP so. Yes. Now, sir, Impenifo Ebu baby sir, Chaloy. Impenifo Ebu baby sir. Sir, Bofraso money mamen na. Bentua. And so, all the critical stakeholders, IGP, Electoral Commission, Biara yebe kosisa yebe declare yen ye kwe free ye wo ba ka ye parliament no yebe hwe se be ye dai yebe ye.
Well, let's speak to our parliamentary correspondent, Kweku Asante. Kweku, so what are we learning about this invitation?
The national security led by the Congress not actually extend an invitation to some Cameroon to respond to questions about what he said he has incited NPP supporters against NDC supporters because they did go there with the top class of the national security and they did take a statement from him and the Central Cameroon is just that he has not telling 5 days, he has not incited any person that spoke in a broader context. That's what he has said anything that breaches the law of the country, for which he is very happy to provide a statement to national security. So
Kweku, can you reposition so we can hear you?
Hello, Emeka.
Yes. I'm hoping to hear you a bit clearer if you'd reposition yourself.
Is it better now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I was explaining that yesterday, yes, Frank Amedompre was invited by the top brass of the National Security. In that meeting, the very top leaders of the National Investigation Bureau, NIB, were there. We understand they did take a statement from Frank Amedompre. Frank Amedompre still insists that he did not say anything untoward. He has not said anything that breaches the laws of the country, and he was very much willing to offer a statement. And so, yes, that meeting did take place yesterday. National Security has taken that statement, they will study it, and ultimately make a determination as to whether or not there have been any breach of law and if there will be any consequent actions to be taken.
Well, and in Parliament today, what's happening?
Well, the Speaker of Parliament has had a breakfast meeting with top clergymen. In fact, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams has been there in that meeting. We had to get some details of what exactly the Speaker of Parliament has been talking about. Back on the floor, the session started about 20 minutes ago. The minority did bring the matter of quorum that the House did not have the requisite number to progress. It was haggled out for some time before the NPP side did withdraw specifically the matter of quorum that he had raised for business to proceed. So the House is currently proceeding, they are doing the vote and proceedings, and then they will do statements and do other businesses that are currently on the floor.
Right. Kweku, thank you so much. And by the way, those are live visuals from Parliament. Away from that, an audit by PwC into accounts of the Electricity Company of Ghana accounts from January to December 2024 has shown that, and I'm going to be reading that from the screen to you, says that a PwC audits ECG accounts, and one says that ECG continued to under-declare revenues to the regulator. In 2024, it under-declared revenues by 5.3 billion cedis. And it says that its account showed it collected 15.8 billion, but it told the regulator it collected 10.4 billion Ghana cedis. And the next one will be that even though ECG significantly under-declared revenues, it still didn't pay value chain players properly based on what it declared and the cash waterfall mechanism, which means that every other stakeholder person that helps you to get electricity that were supposed to be paid were not paid, and though they had the refund, though they had the funds to at least pay for that, they didn't, even after under declaring. And of the 10.4 billion cedis declared, it's paid 6.4 billion, leaving a variance of 3.9 billion. And we move away from that, says that the vendor contracted by ECG to collect revenues on its behalf got paid a commission of 402 million cedis. Now, let's even break that down for you. It says that this vendor got paid even before those who generated the power. So basically, those who helped generate the power that were supposed to be paid didn't get their money, but the vendors that were contracted, which would be a third party, actually even got paid. And VRA got 412 million, and Bui Power got 332 million in that time frame as well. Let me bring you more, which will be the last slide. It says that ECG throughout the year operated 99 accounts across 19 banks, despite being directed to operate a single collection account. And this, you know that, a note though, that 78% of collections went into one account. And you know that this is a requirement from the IMF. We're just bringing you this, but you want to stay with us. In our subsequent bulletins, we'll be bringing you a proper breakdown and engage stakeholders on this particular one. Now, away from this big news, I'll bring you this one. It's been nearly 24 hours since a heavy-duty truck loaded with bricks broke down on the overfly at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. This incident has caused severe vehicular congestion, leaving motorists frustrated and urging authorities to take a swift action. Emmanuel Jivenu was at the scene and reports.
It's another busy morning at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. But over 24 hours now, motorists using this overfly have been experiencing unusual delays due to a broken down heavy-duty truck. The truck, loaded with 2,500 pavement bricks, developed a mechanical fault right in the middle of the overfly. As a result, the right wing of the overfly has been blocked, forcing all vehicles that would have used this direct route into Accra to divert and use the lower section of the overfly. This has significantly increased travel time, with some drivers spending up to an hour in traffic.
Police will run about here. That's a track we are saying on my chain. And it's your body, so traffic air course. I have been serious, so I've got the traffic. Am I here?
Police officers at the scene say they have reached out to the Road Safety Authority to have the track towed, but there has been no available towing vehicle capable of moving the heavy-duty truck. In the meantime, the driver has engaged a mechanic, hoping to get the vehicle moved as soon as possible.
Mamafa pavement block or medical high court. Na midu na mijiano ahame. Like I come and to me high alone. What the coffee for 5, 6, 7, 8 a yejuma. But all the back down I sank for high GS no. 1, 2, 3, 4 no. And when pick and run you na police for years and come fat to inka aba. But to my free communities in now be as any dia fort.
Beyond the inconvenience, this situation also poses a safety risk to both motorists and pedestrians. As of now, authorities are yet to resolve the issue, and frustrated drivers are calling for urgent intervention. Emmanuel Jiveno, Joy News, Nkrumah Circle.
Well, a pro-NDC group Youth for Development in the German South District of the Bono region is asking President John Mahama to consider qualified party members from the constituency in the next appointment. The group say such appointments, which have never happened in the NDC's history of political appointments in the Fourth Republic, will put the party in a pivotal position in their quest to be more attractive in the constituency. Precious Samevo has more.
In congratulating President John Mahama on his resounding victory and the subsequent quality appointment made in his government, the NDC Youth for Development in the German South District of the Bono region lamented the neglect of the constituency and are petitioning the party hierarchy. At a press conference in Drobo, the group's chairman Stephen Eduafo expressed surprise that German South has not benefited from any NDC ministerial appointment, CEO of any public institution or board member, among other things, since the inception of the Fourth Republic.
Undeniably, our political opponent, the MPP, can boast of such high-profile appointment in this constituency. The immediate past government appointed German South constituency to positions of Deputy Attorney General, Deputy Aviation Minister, Deputy CEO of Midday, and the Commissioner of Customs, among others. These appointments have gone a long way to strengthen their party within the constituency.
He said the national leadership's neglect of the NDC members in German South has a consequential effect on the party's fortunes.
Before the 2020 election, we had a young man we call Okofodate, who came into the scene, campaigned, and won for the first time in our history. He then became our pivot. Everything was on this young man. Unfortunately, our MP lost marginally to a more resource person. So if you don't get about 2-3 people from our constituency into some high office, you'll find it difficult to build the party. And most of the youth are looking up to this government to see the appointment that they are doing. If you don't get about 2-3 people from the constituency, in fact, they are going to lose hope. And in the near future, it is going to affect us.
He appealed to the president to consider German South, which won the 2024 presidential election for the first time in the party's history.
For the betterment of the party and development of German South at large, we as an association, German South NDC Youth for Development, we humbly plead with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the humble servant, to kindly consider German South in his subsequent appointment to enable us get more pivots within our constituency in our quest to make the party more attractive. This is our simple plea.
Precious Semevo, Joy News, Drobo.
Away from that, some traders who have lost their investments to the Techiman Central Market fires are appealing to governments to come to their rescue and help them recover their losses to enable them stay in business. The victims in an interview with Joy News also want authorities to investigate the incident to prove the security of market as they suspect arson. Anna Sabit has more.
The devastating fire, which is just the second fire incident within the past 30 days, razed down hundreds of wooden structures, causing significant loss of goods worth thousands of Ghana cedis, leaving these traders in a state of shock and despair. Some of these affected victims who lost all their investments to the fire recount their losses, adding that the situation would negatively impact their lives and that of their families.
Na yɛ de school fees na yɛ de yɛ bibia ti sɛ adwuma wɔ free ansa a kyerɛ sɛ wo na yɛ na me hata ha nyinaa yɛ me lɛm ti sɛ me ne kasa bia mɛka me firi nam no no matɔn wɔn mo ba na megye a na wɔtwe wɔ ba no aba bɛgye sika ti na no nam a megye ya me de akɔsi wɔkye mai pan no yɛ mmienu aba yɛ nam no nnɔrɔ ne nyinaa ahye. Say me munu kwan ya me fatu. Munu kwan ya me fatu.
Some of these traders recount how a similar incident razed down their investments some 5 years ago, affecting their sources of livelihoods.
The container now. 5 years, we say 2 years, so young boy be a wife. There are I can't put our 8 months here. So it's about here. So by one boy. Yes, I
Nana Yabua is the queen mother of the fish traders here. She appealed to those in authority to come to the aid of these poor traders to enable them get back to business.
A trader and Chamley are triano. A brilliant so. Now, those who may be my she, if you say, me man crying now we shall car babo. Yeah, fine. And to me, do ya pa, to me, slap by it. So I'm not wire. Now I'm not wire, I'm for the thing.
To almost every trader we come across in the Teachman Central Market, their simple plea beyond a call for government support is another call on city authorities to improve the security of the market, as they believe the recent fire outbreaks are caused by arsonists. Till date, both the victims of the January 11 fire incident and those affected by this recent fire are yet to receive an aid from government. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Techiman.
Well, a rather sad situation over there in the Techiman Central Market. You're watching Joy News today. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, business, please stay.
My name is Winston Taki, and as for our first business story, government will today start engaging the various transport unions over possible adjustment in transport fare informed by rising cost of fuel and spare parts. Transport Minister Joseph Bukari Nikwe has been speaking to journalists after paying a working visit to the Driver and Licensed Vehicle Authority in Accra.
Officially, I've engaged them, and tomorrow we'll be engaging them too. And so I wouldn't want to say anything about them till I have fully engaged them. But they are cooperating. If you watch over the news portals, you will see that they've written to their colleagues to give us some time, meaning that we are in a process of having better understanding as to how much they will charge our passengers. So we are talking with them. Tomorrow we'll continue. We do not want to make anything public because they are not here. I have their trust that they will work with us and we will get to some agreement or to some level that will be beneficial to all of us.
In other developments, to maintain its stature as a leader in West and Central Africa, the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority is deepening its commitment to efficiency. The authority shared its readiness for the future of maritime trade with advanced technology and sustainable practices. Director of Tema Port, Sandra Opoku, speaking at the commissioning of the multi-purpose vessel, said the port is creating an enabling and business-friendly environment for its stakeholders and partners. There is more from correspondent Kwame Yanke.
The ceremony comes on the back of a similar event last year where Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority named 4 new boats after 4 of its past leaders. The multipurpose vessel named after former director of Tema and Takoradi Ports, Gordon Enim, will now undertake a number of tasks including emergency, pollution control, search and rescue operations among others. But the acquisition and manning of such watercrafts are not done in isolation, as the authority considers these part of systematic steps in enhancing operations at the country's ports. Director of Tema Port, Sandra Opoku, assured stakeholders and partners of the authority's commitment towards an efficient port.
Its commissioning signifies not only an expansion of our capacity, but also our readiness to embrace the future of maritime trade with advanced technology and sustainable practices. As we celebrate this achievement, let us also renew our commitment to operational excellence, environmental stewardship, and customer satisfaction. The commissioning of this vessel is a step forward in our shared journey towards achieving these goals and positioning Ghana as a maritime gateway to Africa and beyond.
Sandra Opoku charged staff to give up their best for the good of GPHA.
Over the years, the Port Authority has shown its determination to show appreciation towards the contribution, commitment and dedication to duty by past selfless personnel who have in no small measure impacted the authority, the port community and shipping industry in general through various roles. It is therefore refreshing to have the Venerable Mr. Gordon Enim and his family in our midst as we honor him this morning. This should encourage all of us to continue to give off our best in the line of duty, so that one day, even when we have left the authority, our deeds and works will earn us a deserving honor and recognition, just like the one Mr. Enim is having today.
Meanwhile, Anari, a former director of Tema and Takoradi Ports, Gordon Enim, who served for 35 years in various capacities, is deeply humbled by the gesture.
I extend my sincerest gratitude to the board of directors, which made the decision at the time in conjunction with the management team for this recognition accorded me. Your gesture not only warms my heart, but also inspires me to continue contribution to the maritime industry, even in retirement. This multipurpose vessel symbolizes the authority's commitment to excellence and progress, and I'm proud to have played a part in shaping Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority into the esteemed institution it is today.
Gordon Enim is excited about the role of the marine craft named after him and praised Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority continue to play its vital part driving economic growth and development in the country. Kwame Yanke's reports for Joy Business.
For business here on Joy News today. My name is Winston Taki. Coming up next is sport.
Time now to bring you sports here on Joy News today with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. Accra House of Folk and Kumasi Asante Kotoko have submitted a proposal to the Ghana Football Association to assist them in their reforms of Ghana football following the death of Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporter Yao Frimpong. The two clubs have told the Ghana Football Association they should enhance security and also give them 2 automatic slots on the Ghana Football Association Executive Council. My colleague Victor Achutamaklo has details in this report.
The two clubs want automatic slots on the GFA's Executive Council, which will require changing the current statute to exempt 2 members from the council's elections. They are also asking for revenue share of the broadcast rights deal to reflect their contribution and the number of their televised matches to be made known before the commencement of each season. Today's statements also demanded the constitution of an autonomous league to be run by an independent management team. Hearts and Kotoko are also asking for reinforced police and military presence numbering up to 120 for each match and a strict enforcement of the club licensing requirements for venue protocols. In fact, they went as far as saying that if any venue did not meet requirements, the match ought to be hosted by a different venue. The proposal also asks for a full implementation of the Gbadegbe Commission's reports.
Later tonight, there will be UEFA Champions League knockout matches that will be happening. Manchester City will come up against Real Madrid at the Etihad. So these are the fixtures for tonight. It is Brest versus PSG. Juventus will come up against PSV. Manchester City will play Real Madrid, and Sporting Lisbon will play Borussia Dortmund. So these are the fixtures tonight, and we'll have commentary of the game between Manchester City and Real Madrid on Joy 99.7 and also on Hess 103.9 FM. Head on to myjoyonline.com and read some more sports stories. We appreciate your time.
Hello there, good afternoon. You're welcome to the Showbiz segments with me, Jacqueline and Sama Yabwa. So first story, imagine signing away your music legacy before it even begins. That's the story of Ghanaian artist Trigmatic. Well, in an interview on Showbiz A to Z, Trig revealed that he once came close to inking a record deal in the UK, but thanks to some sound advice, which he didn't like at the time, he dodged what could have been a career-limiting move. We have more in the following report.
Speaking on Showbiz A to Z with Kwame Dasi, Trigmatic shared how a UK-based label, which frequently visited Ghana, had piqued his interest. The offer seemed promising with a larger distribution network, but after consultations, he realized the catch. He would lose control over all his masters.
And that's what labels do. They will show you the glam, you know, the cars, and then they sent a contract. And they sent a contract. And I remember I had just met my lawyer. I met my lawyer at TV3.
Okay.
And he said he just likes my music. You know, I want to do pro bono services for you. So we became friends. And I thank God for his life. When I got the contract, I would have signed. Because at the time, I was having my issues with Godfred and all of that. So I was like, Charlie, wait there. And they wanted me to relocate.
Wow.
And on the label, they had one very big female musician in the world. And then they had one very big male musician whose origin was Ghana as well. So I knew that if I joined that label internationally, you know, so I had even signed in my head. But something said, let me just send it to my lawyer to go through. And that's when he showed me the holes and how long I would have been there for, some of the things I would have gone through.
Now celebrating 15 years in the music industry, Trigmatic isn't just looking back, he's moving forward. From almost losing his masters to mastering his craft, Trigmatic's journey proves that sometimes a mixed deal is actually a big win. For Joy News, I'm Jacqueline and Sama Yaboa.
Stop. Charlie, I miss you, Papa. You better do one proper. Hey, what be LOL? You mean your love or no?
Well, the Super Bowl was supposed to be about touchdowns, and Kendrick Lamar used it to serve up a knockout punch. Well, his halftime performance felt like a grand finale of his long-awaited running lyrical showdown with none other than Drake. The beef, well, it has been marinating for over a decade, but this past year, it reached its boiling point. Let's break it down on what the feud is all about.
It all started when Kendrick hopped on Metro Boomin and Future's track Like That and declared, "Forget the big three, it's just me." That was a direct shot at J. Cole and Drake, who once referred to themselves as hip-hop's big three.
Up against Cole and Kendrick. I'm excited that the decade's about to turn and we're going to see who can go that extra stretch.
Three-headed monster. It's just big me. I'm really
that, and your best work is a light pack.
J. Cole quickly backed out, apologizing. But Drake, he went straight into the studio. Drake fired back with push-ups, calling Kendrick short. Ouch. And suggesting he was just a puppet for pop artists.
He's stepping with a size 7 man's on. Top say drop, you better drop and give him 50. Pip squeak, pipe down, you ain't in no big three. SZA got you wiped down, Travis got you wiped down, Savage got you wiped down. Like your label, boy, you in a scope right now. And you gon' feel the aftermath of what I write down.
Things escalated when Drake used AI-generated voices of Tupac and Snoop Dogg in tailor-made freestyle, mocking Kendrick's reluctance to drop music around Taylor Swift's album release. That was the final straw.
Canadian light skin dot. We need to know the baby West Coast victory, man.
Now's the time to really make a power move. Cause right now it's looking like you writing out the game plan on how to lose.
Kendrick came out swinging with Euphoria, followed by 616 in LA, then Meet the Grahams, where he took personal shots at Drake's family. But not like us. That was the Grand Slam, the hit that turned into a cultural moment. The song became a club anthem, picked up a Grammy, and had Drake seeing red. He even took Not Like Us to the court, suing his own record label, Universal Music Group, for defamation, claiming the track falsely accused him of serious crimes. But Kendrick wasn't done. At the Super Bowl halftime show, he trolled Drake with the playful jab, "I want to play their favorite song, but you know, they love to sue."
Praise God and stomping feet. Ladies, I want to make a move. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue. Yeah, that song. Maybe I think about it.
But when Not Like Us finally dropped, the stadium went wild. Game over. Well, if rap battles had referees, Kendrick might just be holding the championship belt. And that is the genesis of the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. For Joy News, I'm Jacqueline Ansama Yaboa.
Why you trolling like a, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
I mean, this song, MFA, what do you think about it? Listen, for me, it's Kendrick Lamar all the time, any day, anyhow. My age is showing, my age is telling. I know that for Drake, he's quite commercial.
I know,
But
right?
if you love rap and you're a lyrics person, it really has to be.
Yeah, because personally, I remember when I was in the university, I used to listen to a lot of Kendrick songs. It just resonated, and his lyrics are very deep. Unlike, I mean, just as you said, Drake, very commercial, but Kendrick, his lyrics, I mean, don't go there.
Thank you for bringing us that report anyway. And you've been missed.
Yeah, but I'm back.
Yeah, thank you for coming back. Well, that'll be all.